Hello, I'm Megan Edge, and I want to welcome you to Workshop Wisdoms. Here I share with you some of the tidbits of knowledge, information, and wisdom that come up during workshops and courses. I hope you enjoy.
You can see why the Christian fathers would want to suppress her. She's a devourer of men. She says no, and has the wherewithal to stand up for herself. Lilith is a really interesting character and is one that has almost made it out of the biblical stories. But because she's so powerful and so ancient, they haven't quite been able to eradicate her. So I wanted to take a quick moment to talk about the story of Adam and Eve and what that story actually is. Were you and I talking about this when you came in for a session? Okay. The story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden and the snake and the tree of knowledge is actually the story of the goddess religions and worship becoming overtaken by the culture of war and the single God. The tree of knowledge is women's knowledge. The snake has always been a representative symbol of the goddess from a very, very early on. Many of the early goddess statues are shown with snakes either around their arms or holding them up in their hands. The snake represented regeneration, it represented fertility, it represented strength and wisdom and all these other things that it has now been vilified because of that. Lilith and Adam were the original Shivi Shakta. Shivi is the yin and the yang, the male and the female in the Hindu traditions. There has always been the Lord and the Lady. There has always been the God and the Goddess. There has always been until Christianity came along, where suddenly there wasn't. Eve is the woman struggling with a foot in both camps, who eventually gets taken over by the male god and the male stories and the male mythology and is held up as the lesson to good women to be sure to follow your God, follow your husband, and have pain in childbirth. And there's more to it than that, and I won't go into it, it's a whole thesis, but when you think about Adam and Eve and you think about the stories that we've grown up with and how Eve tempted Adam to wake up, basically. Like, imagine that you've got these goddess cultures and then you've got these hordes of warlike men coming in, and the goddess worshipping people are trying to say, stop, no, you don't have to do it like that. Look, there is a whole other way. Here's this wisdom that we know about energy and about healing and about sexuality and sensuality, and here are our traditions. You can have this too. It's tempting. And then it gets pulled back again. So it is the story of the demise of the goddess cultures, which is a totally different take on it than how we've been given it. Okay. I'm glad you brought up Lilith. I love Lilith. I'm very curious about her. And Lilith is the name that is not spoken. That's another way that she is described. Like in hushed tones, women discuss Lilith, but they're not to speak of Lilith in front of their husbands in the Jewish traditions. Because what Lilith represents is the primal feminine energy, which is the energy of equality. Thank you for watching my workshops and my talks. It's my passion to share with you what I know and believe. We have lots of laughs, sometimes tears. We're always learning and growing. I look forward to hearing from you and staying connected. Enjoy this amazing day.